After the devastating floods in 2015, when the River Foss and Ouse both burst their banks and hundreds of people had to be evacuated from their homes, it was clear that something had to be done to prevent this from happening again. The government have committed £45 million to a 5-year plan, which aims to reduce the risk of flooding and increase the level of protection to at least 2,000 homes in the city centre.
Well, the key thing was, from the Environment Agency's point of view, to get the Foss barrier in a way that it would be able to cope with the same demands made on Boxing Day 2015. So that's why the work has been done there, which has raised the capacity, which will reach 50 tonnes a second by the end of this year. But also there's been a look at the rest of the city's defences. We're protected to 5.5 metres on those parts of the city that are defended, but climate change is putting the pressures up even higher, so there will need to be roughly an extra metre put on flood defences across the city. And areas that are currently undefended, there are plans to bring those into defences.
So how far along is the 5-year plan?
Well, the Council is working with the Environment Agency on the 5-year plan. It's also known as the 45 million plan, but the costs are estimated to increase, and that's why the Council is supporting the agency in seeking an additional 18 million. The agency has broken the city down into different areas that have different defence needs, so that each flood cell has the resources needed to tackle that. And currently the agency is measuring the doorways of 900 properties in the city, particularly in the Clementhorpe area, which would be affected if the Foss and Ouse were at peak flow in a flood, and that the Foss barrier was having to pump at its maximum capacity.
But there's been calls in York for the development of the defences to speed up.
I have considerable sympathy with them. I was very closely involved with the rebuilding of the Lehman Road flood defences. I lived in the area during the 2000 flood, and it took 8 years to get those defences constructed to this new higher level, which the rest of the city will have to be brought. So there are concerns, and I'm pressing the agency to demonstrate how they can work faster. And I think that as they've got new contracts in place, that we should start seeing changes on the ground much faster.
With climate change threatening to bring even heavier rain and worse flooding, the Environmental Agency has revealed that they are working on a 100-year plan that works out how to slow the flow of the river before it even reaches York.
Interest in what's called natural flood management. There's a view that if you can reduce the peak of the flood flow, then that helps to defend houses which may not be protected. So by looking at how through local storage upstream, through tree planting, through a range of different ways of protecting peat bogs so that they don't allow the water to rush off so quickly, that can help downstream in moderating the effect of downpours from rainfall.
Looking to the future, what needs to be done to ensure the city is best protected from future flooding?
What I'd like to see is a long-term plan which has improved the defences of the city to withstand the types of floods that we're now seeing, to have the resilience in place so that we're able to respond to exceptional events, and that upstream in the catchment of the Ouse and the Foss, there are long-term changes to land use that help to defend the city and result in long-term policy that everyone has confidence in. It's not always a thing that politicians are very good at. So I think there needs to be a cross-party understanding on a way forward which protects the city.
So with a lot of work still to be done, the race is on to ensure our homes won't get hit again. Abby Walker, That's TV.